Hi everyone, and welcome to the finale of the first season of the Hildibrand Mystery Adventures Deluxe here on Channel Squirrel. Hi Alma, hi Lisa, hi Christy, hi everyone. It is great to see you all. I need to actually type my password. That would be helpful. There we go. So how's everyone doing? Trying to remember. I think this next quest starts just west of Ul'dah, so that may actually be the last place I logged out, because I haven't been playing it that much. Need to get back into it. I've still got a bunch of story stuff to do. No, I've played since then. Okay. I'm in my Dragoon gear. Which is super pretty armor, but it doesn't show off how adorable I am. Yeah, I got lots of candy around me, but I'm not going to eat it with the mic on, because that would be rude. On the other hand, I could use a drink. Christy, could you get me the reds in the fridge? Thank you. Just wait for that loading screen. These will speed up a little, probably, once we finally get this CPU back. Oh wow, I'm all the way over here. I'm in Idleshire. So let's pop over to Ul'dah and get started. Well, first let's switch over into our summoner gear. Let's grab our summoner gear. Is that lagging? I did hear that part. Christy said old dong. Alright, looks like that skip was just from loading stuff in. Put on the summoner gear because now I am the perfect gentle person. And let's teleport to Ul'dah. Thank you. Drinking tonight a Red's Apple Ale. It tastes like a cider, but it won't make your stomach feel like you're dying. Game's not running great. It probably won't be too evident on stream, and it's honestly not that evident on my screen. I think the PC just needs to be rebooted, but I don't think it'll be a big deal. Am I going the wrong way? No, this is right. This, specifically, is right. Or left. No, I guess it was right from the way I was going. Left on the map, which is west. Hi, Xenon. Good to see you, too. And there's the start of our next quest, Sibling Strife. Now, I did do the first chapter of this last week. I cut it off early because I had no one in the chat. So if you're not caught up on what's going on, you can watch that. It's a quick half hour. Should be up on the YouTube channel. But basically, an old lady just told us that she left these flowers here to honor her dead son, who was killed by the Phantom Thief who has started committing random murders. So that's the fast version. Hildibrand is on to something, or at least he thinks he is. You've also been committing random murders, Xenon?
It's all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking away at its rotting flesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within.
That's disgusting.
Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed, a wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and the dead for nigh on centuries since meeting a tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. But what is the true nature of the specter's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let us begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless, the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Silda might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Burden. Whatever knowledge is to be gained at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye.
And that is a thing that just happened. But I guess it's time for us to go help our wayward inspector over at the Thaumaturge's Guild. I'm not super sure where thaumaturgy came from as a descriptor for magic, but I absolutely love it, right? Oh, there was a different name for it in Star Ocean. What was it? Symbology is what they call it in Star Ocean, and I love that too. Here we go. And here's Neneko. Gods be good, you're the adventurer who saved me back at the ruins. Researching the ancient feud between Ulda and Sildi, are you? Why, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Belladia. The Fifth Astral Era was an age of untold wonders, when the arcane arts burgeoned and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and the avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity. There's a lot of Umbral calamities, by the way, in this world, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. It was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the great nation of Belladia some 8 centuries agone. Ah, imagine a government of mages, by mages, and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had the Belladian civilization survived to this very day. Alas, this was not to be. One sec, I gotta take off my knee brace, and it's very loud, so I'm gonna mute the mic. That would not have been a pleasant sound to come through that close to the mic. Alright. We got one set of information. Erasmus. Good old Erasmus. You don't say. It's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Silda. As a fellow student of history, though, I more than welcome the conversation. Beladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish his claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Ul'dah and Sildi. But, not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. It is a deep lore dive, and it's very relevant to the entire game and what we're doing. Greetings, traveler! I love this guy's face. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Sildi. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Sildine alchemists developed a most horrific stratagem, employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn. They brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion of those of the living who were too weak. They even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spine just thinking about it, no? It's truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. And Kokobuki. Haha. What's that you say? You seek knowledge of the bad blood between Ul'dah and Sildi. I suppose I can spare a moment or two, but take good notes. I'm not fond of repeating myself. Spooky, scary skeletons, you mean, Xenon? Two scales, one of gold, one of silver. The gold of Ul'dah weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Sildi weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly, yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Ul'dah prosperity was of justice and good, while the power wrought by Sildine knowledge was horrific beyond belief. The power to rip the living soul out of a man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter the histories are clear, but riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the history, and what does it say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that the war against Sildi, Ul'dah, and Amalha warriors fought side by side? Likely you did not, and neither did I until I encountered a faded passage in the ancient text buried deep in our archives. The Amalya are Amalha, Amalja, Amalya, who knows? It's pronounced different ways depending on which actor says it. But they are a reptile race who worships Ifrit, primarily. Ancient texts buried deep in our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, you'll see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone at some time deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I've said enough already. Alright. That's all the info we should need. Let's go see Hildibrand.
My ever-loyal associate, tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed. As it happens, I've learned much the same. Let us take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ul'dah and Sildi. The two nations coexist for some generations until ill blood boils over, culminating in outright war. Daunted by Ul'dah's superior military might, Sildi employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion.
Undead legions are my favorite kind of legions.
Yes, I believe I have it. The facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our phantom thief is a descendant of doomed Sildi, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully to the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildine statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem, and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought.
A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig this statesman out of his grave yourself. Leaving aside the nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildi. His garish garb is no doubt meant to evoke the silver scales of the fallen sultanate. This Sildine connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Belladian relics our thief clearly possesses. But what of the murder victims? What common thread among them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? A few people in town spoke of a man calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him. Yes, he is an, oh god, what are they called? Elvan, I think? And they are ridiculously tall. He's actually not particularly tall for his race. A few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past few days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightened air about him.
Wait, yes, it's coming to me! Of course! My keen investigator's senses ring out with a voice loud and clear. This man Miss Ellie speaks of just might know something!
You really should stop thinking so hard. You're like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man, and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Guguria, 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 let me go. Alright, so now we are headed over to Horizon. Thankfully, right next to the crystal. You think Bearden's super thick, huh? He does have them thighs. Yeah, these loading times are taking a bit longer than usual, so my PC probably needs to be restarted. It could actually be on their end. That's happened before. There we go. Yeah, it's not long enough for me to... It's not a big enough difference for me to restart midstream. I guess you could say he's vertically thick. Yes, if you've got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name is Ellie, a reporter with the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with just a few questions.
Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces!
Me? The thief? What's this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or patience for this mummery. Now, if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice.
Lady Dorilda! Well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to these environs this fair day?
Why, I live here, you ham-handed half-wit. Oh, Inspector Bearden, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Gugaria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires.
But Lady Dorilda, what about...
Oh, yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Eshtaime's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself? She's so mean. I'll say it just once more, Gugaria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. Her daughter's love. No, but for real. Alright, I'll tell you what I know, but you didn't hear it from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of the zombie dust. The traitor's sperm, was it? And the cards speak of 5 victims. It got me to thinking. Sildy, 5 victims. Aye, the Arbiter of Truth. The Arbiter of Truth? I'm not familiar with the name. Aye, few would be, on account of them being something of a secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see, working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah-Sildi conflict from reaching the ears of folk like you and me. The Illuminati.
False knowledge? Pray tell, what sort of knowledge might that be?
Those balls! Don't make me say no more! I've got a family to feed! Very well, just tell us one last thing. Who hired you, and where can we find him? Hob. His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me that he was gonna set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were more prying eyes in the airship dock. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay, but remember, you didn't hear none of this from me. Lerminatties and dilly bars. I'm into this, Christy. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are secretive. They don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how all that works, but Hob's got high-ranking friends at the Brass Blades. Once he heard the victims had been all zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next.
Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Mandeville art of parley has procured us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak.
And we continue. Search for Hob. It appears he will be through the Sunset Gate. Just outside of Vesper Bay. Well, let's hop on a dragon. See what we can find. Hi, Andy. FF14 hat game remains strong as fuck. All of my hats in this game are amazing. This is Midgard's armor, by the way. He's one of the great dragons. Also, he is my horse. Master Hob, is everything quite alright? No! Stand back, Ellie! Hunger. I hunger for your brains. Damn! There's no saving the man. Serena, do what you must! Wow, that was quick. Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. 'Twould seem we were a few moments late to the scene. A message. And then there was one. There it is again. Is something the matter, Inspector? Indeed, Nashu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the Phantom Thief, I've had this fleeting sense. A sense that someone or some thing is watching us. The thief might still be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let us return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society or no, knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. I, too, had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again after. I'll see what new clues I can uncover in the meantime. The game forgot to load in that character's textures, yep. You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone. Inspector! Inspector! I'll go with her. If you insist, Nashu, then I give my leave, but pray be wary. Not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She has quite the temper, as we both know. Miss Ellie, there is something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe and promise me you will not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life. Your life, Oh, at Costa del Sol, yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you'd share with me. A secret vow? Oh ho! Consider mine interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let us be off! Miss Phillips awaits our report! Alright, we need to get over to the Alchemist Guild. Quickest way to do that is, of course, Hop over to the Aetheryte Plaza in Ul'dah, and then jump to the Alchemist's Guild from there. When that thief was the one that tried to blow you up, and not us accidentally at all. Exactly! Not us accidentally at all. Yeah! Shaped like there's a bite taken out of it. A fourth victim. Thal have mercy. Were you able to glean aught of the connection to the other victims? The Arbiter's a truth. No, it can't be. I've decided that she has a bit of an Irish accent. Somebody help! Miss Ellie. The voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. And there's some players running by in the background. It adds flavor to the world. Miss Ellie, are you hurt? Now I can't stop the Irish accent. That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions. Before I knew what was happening, he was upon me. I could only...
Bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Ha ha! Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you?
She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. That does sound like Nashu. This man wears the armor of a Sultan-sworn squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces! To think we'd find our man like this!
Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more, by virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance. I declare this case closed.
Clap, clap, clap.
I return the sachet to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end it proved superfluous to me cracking the case.
While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value you'd like to wantonly destroy? Double powdered. What is the meaning of this? Ingenious. A double disguise. Planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is Greg. We'll call him Greg. Greg 2. One of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault, and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It's inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp.
Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie?
No.
It's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise to the ranks at the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to...
My lady, the vault's been breached. The wise man's whisper, it's gone.
For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. Inconceivable! And now the game is truly afoot. Dun dun dun.
Bah! What is the meaning of all this? All this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return. Isn't that so, Enkidu?
Good old Greg. He's the best. Miss Ellie, that shadow you said you saw, I think it was just a dormouse. 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 There we go. To think he'd literally stumble face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry, yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Dun dun dun. Now on to Act 3. Not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of Enquiry.
My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh ho, Miss Phyllis! I thought you'd already departed, in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together?
I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than...
Hildibrand Manderville?
Me. It's me. Me, Phyllis. Not you. That wouldn't make any sense. Mind you, it's not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day, I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and that I had been chosen to fill it. Phyllis can fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties. To prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself to a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such a time as the killer is apprehended.
Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis. But there's no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector, over here! Well, maybe not this dress, but something in a similar pattern.
Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you.
I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said that she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse. But it was a really cute dormouse, you see? It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... That is a flawless Nashu impersonation.
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector sense speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Serena, let us split up and canvass our surroundings.
Alright, I'm gonna switch out friends real quick. Oops, not companion. Ah, I forgot which button it is. Guides, where am I? Minion roulette, there we go. Now we have the cursor. Yep. That's my friend now. A menu cursor. It's one of my favorites. Alright, gang, let's split up and search for clues. His inspector sense is tingling. These are some good references. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. Oh, I thought there was a gasp. Here, what's an appropriate emote? Joy, victory, clap. Oh, we need the sad ones in blue. Shocked. I'm terrified now. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. Doubt. Ooh, there's a sack with this one. A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of demasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Oh no, it's Goldbert.
Ho ho ho! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Serena. I was in the area on a matter of...
I don't remember Godbert's voice, so I'm making up a new one.
I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you?
Steps back.
Oh ho! So your pursuit of the Thief of Many Faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you've come upon a series of anonymous letters? Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens, like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Mandeville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist you in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother would not be pleased.
Yep, just not be pleased. Alright, let's go find Godbert. And I have to reiterate this. I don't care that his name should clearly be pronounced Gobert. He's Godbert. Oh yeah, I forgot that Nashu's last name was Makaraka.
If the sender speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed.
Nacho Macarena, there you go.
You know the players better than I, Serena. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss?
If I don't, are you going to suplex me? Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Inspector Bearden told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me. Like, we know who it is, specifically because we've seen stuff that our hero has not.
Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason. The Fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse.
Curses! This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence.
I question the Sultan sworn outside. To a man they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? Father! What are you doing here?
Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now if you'd kindly stand still and shut up. The Fiend already stands amongst us.
Inspector Bearden! I should hope you're not doubting me.
While I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy, the fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. So that basically means it's me, Nashu, or Godbert.
An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Serena here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there?
What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time. Time might be against me, but you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be.
I fear this is more than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the Fiend's face bare within moments. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Serena here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense, he asked me anything too obscure. My cover is good as blown.
My relationship with Nasu is so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a single mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem! I'm a Manderville... I'm a Manderville... I can't even say it. I'm a Manderville...
Man!
Doing what only a Manderville
can.
From the peaks of Kurthis to Thanolan, Manderville.
Man, you're the best, Inspector.
A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu.
I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you.
Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you've picked up a few more wrinkles beneath your eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... Genius, Inspector? His luck still holds out.
The charade is up, Miss Ellie.
Poof!
Miss Ellie, you look somehow different.
Mission complete. That cursor's very interested in Burden. Or in this Hioran woman. Here, just point at me. Point at me for a bit. There you go. Have some pets. Who is this unfamiliar woman, and what secrets does she hold? Seven hells, done in by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Bearden, once again you fail to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my eminently capable partner in crime. Uh-oh, she's monologuing. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Ceci. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite alright? You look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sildin aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of the nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to these heights of celebrity.
Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing, and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all your schemes?
Justice. 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the histories say that it was Hildi that turned their own men into zombies. The histories lie. And you work from the shadows, silencing those that would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie.
What is this madness you speak, woman?
Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan swore and would kill to keep buried in the sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors of my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice, a dashing rebel, waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they'll see soon enough, when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the power from the Uldan vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened by assembling 4 secret relics from Belladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Hildi before the Uldan dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when zombie powder rained down on Ulda. No, wait. You'll all be dead.
Preposterous!
But first you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies.
I think not, Miss Ceci.
Hildibrand!
You idiot! Just for once can you not get in the way? Godbert Manderville! I can't even trust your sorry arse to look after him for a day. If there's one person scarier than Godbert.
I knew it! that presence watching over us from the shadows. It was you, my dear wife!
Mommy's home! The Frying Pan Samurai. Ahem. Am I to understand that you are Hildibrand's mother? A little smile.
Nay, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Serena. The time of our final confrontation is nigh.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good song. He did not stand a chance. Do you have popotos for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy's been turned into a stinking corpse if you hadn't bloody noticed. You, Serena or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet ya. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-ass husband there. And look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't you? Even I'm terrified of her. This has got to be on their end. I've never seen the NPCs take this long to load in before. Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him. He's green! Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse. And I know just the remedy, a phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatcher of oversoul rags and a phial of twice distilled water. St. Goat at the market stocks the former, but the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Gist. Now hurry. Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I'll search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive.
Oh, that's smart. Ye gods, Hildy. You're looking none too hearty yourself.
No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now, are you going to accompany Serena here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall?
But of course, milady, Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Sincoat sundries, was it? Come now, Serena, there's work to be done.
Best character, right there. Alright. Gotta procure the oversoul rags. We can just head to the exchange. What's the nearest? It's Little Jog, that's fine. Excuse me. I hope my burp didn't come through on the mic too bad. That's gross. we going? Here, Sinkgot and Greg. Sinkgot's what you might call a venture capitalist.
Oversell rags, you say? I fear I've only got a single tatter left in stock, and it's already been spoken for. But, my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance.
I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I've been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal.
Ah, and you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Wait. Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the Warrior Light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet at the markets. As it happens, I just returned from me training, and the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to share. Chimera membrane, or chimembrane, yes.
My lady, you're far too kind.
Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for the inspector here. Something, shaky hands. Basically, they'd still have a really shitty life, and also have gone over the brink and blah. Y'all saw the stream.
I'll take me if that wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself her biggest fan. Why, I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. A kind sentiment, my good man, but we're more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Serena? And with this, our task here is done. Now, let us find this traitor named Jest.
Alright, let's find Jest. Well, apparently, it's over near the Chamber of Rule. Here you are.
The blundering Mandeville boy is on his last legs, and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Ha! Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandevilles are richer than the traders themselves, yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last guild for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be happier and wealthier man. And now I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and don't pass along my condolences to the grieving parents.
Sorry, he said do, but I think don't fits better.
Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man is on death's doorstep.
After the events of that day, my father will not so easily forgive and forget, but it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the 7 seas. I beg of you, milady, may I have this dance? Hey, it's this piece of crap. And also the wonderful young lady. Serena, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Heavens, the poor inspector.
Well, if it isn't the Lapis Maiden in the flesh, what say you bid farewell to preening fops and scruffy adventures, and share a dance with a cultured gentleman, befitting your great duty? Beauty.
Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor, both, my lord. Provided you first provide my good friend Serena with a bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks. Zing!
You know this woman? Ah, if that's the price you'd set, then so be it. Take it. It's barely worth its weight in gil anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella?
Man, it's really garbage day with these people. Good thing Arabella showed up.
I knew Hildi to be a worthy rival, but to think it was this beloved by so many. Clearly this realm would deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Serena, let us deliver these goods while there's still time to save him.
Hope everyone's enjoying themselves. The fact that this is so dialogue heavy, I think really allows me to have a lot of fun with it. I trust the two of you wouldn't dare come back empty-handed. Bloody brilliant. I'd take you over me muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Oh, you bloody bugger, guide my skillet! Aye, that should stop it spread. Now it's up to Hildi to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Look who I found. She was slumbering, obviously, in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that nap feel good. Yes, I'm sure it did. Serena, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Sildine ruins. We must go there with all haste. You have done well by my dear boy today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What the 7 L's are you standing around for? The future of Uldo's at stake. Hi, Rez. Good to see you.
Serena, my strength is yours as well, for Ulda, and for our friend Hildi.
You remind me of my husband, what with you having more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the markets and bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm is key to fighting off the zombification. See, I believe 20 crates or so should suffice.
I am your warrior, not an... Or I am a warrior, not a... Yes, milady.
Yes, it is the thrilling finale of the first season of Hildibrand. That weird fucking side-scroller, which one? Lisa? That was pretty harsh.
I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Serena. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Serena and Hildi both, oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends tried and true. But alas, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels, but you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Serena could not stand against our combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words, and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu!
That really hurts my voice.
Ye gods, what was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. But the crystals, where have they gone?
Everything came together to create this summoning. Fancy meeting you here, old friend.
That voice! Could it be? My faithful companion, why must you always make me wait so?
Now the problem here is, that's not how summoning works in this universe. You can't really summon a god. You can only summon your memories. You really wanted that tiny cough to happen after the monologue. I'm glad that I could oblige. Julian would send you on your way. And we get a good prize for this, too. We get the Manderville coatee and bottoms. We get a wind-up gentleman. And we get the most gentlemanly emote. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maid digging around at the Sildi excavation site with her mind set on turning Ul'dah into the land of the walking dead. Your concern for Hildi is most touching, but don't you worry. Mummy Dearest isn't going to let her beloved son kick the bucket so easily. Alright, let's head over to the excavation site. Pop over to Black Brush. The wind-up gentlemen are some indie wrestlers, I think. That's amazing if that's true. Alright, now we head southwest. No, I don't want to ride this thing. It's like my least favorite mount. God damn it. Stop that. Give me a good one. Alright, Black Chocobo works. It's cute. You were thinking of the Whirlwind Gentleman. I mean, that's close. We've managed to track down Miss Ellie just up ahead, where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with the traitor's spurn. One misstep and the consequences could be dire indeed. They look like Jangles and Jones. It's something. You're our only hope, Serena. Even in her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need to put yourself in undue danger. You need not put yourself in undue danger. That makes more sense. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Serena. Surely, if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you. With the chat mode in say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to call out Ellie and convince your erstwhile friend and companion to listen to reason. Get in there, shit, what's wrong with you? Go do danger. Where is Ellie? I don't see her. She's not actually here. They're fucking with me. Why are they fucking with me? Serena, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I won't hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. Excuse me. So it was you after all. Consider me disappointed. Your sister Ceci is already in custody. Surrender now and I'll see that no harm befalls her. How little you understand of us, Inspector. Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, with only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago, we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might have once had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down, or suffer the same fate as the Uldan dogs you defend.
Ellie, stop this madness!
I'm sorry, Inspector. Zob Maze!
There's too many of them.
His shirt just evaporates.
All in a day's work for a Manderville man.
The correct response is, holy shit. You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildibrand's ridiculously good fortune that you could even made it this far. And he's as good as 6 foams under. I can't believe they're fucking dead. Rip in pieces.
Be forewarned, girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildi. And do so at your own peril.
I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of the traitor's spurn. I fear the good Inspector's luck has finally run out.
Thou's balls, is there no end to them? I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it? Good enough.
It's a shame to lose you, Serena. Warrior of light that you are, you might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions! I like that he's just accepted that his name is Greg now. Running a quick Gilgamesh and Calamity Ganon go makeup shopping. I'm down. That I would read. I'm down for that.
When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with a broadsword on my eyes to be believed! That pose! No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They're 4 gentlemen of light! Just so, my good man! Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got the snurble tonic or I'll fashion myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Elazar. Cole, you're looking absolutely resplendent today. Impossible! The holy water couldn't have cured him.
It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombibrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action.
It's a good Princess Bride ref. And immunity to... I'm just going to pretend that makes any kind of sense. And they're all just posing now.
The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady such as yourself.
It's over. It's all over. Inspector Burden. You said there was something you'd tell me when all was through. I imagine you've no words for me now. Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said you'd lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I found something, someone with whom I intend never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you? Aww. Surprisingly sweet. Oh, but it's not over yet.
Miss Ellie, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors.
I mean, Burden is already a giant jerk, so, you know, they're made for each other.
You said the nation of Ul'dah was built upon lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this, I will do everything in my power to bring the truth into the fore.
There's a smile.
Ahem! Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me! If you're quite done playing cloak and dagger, I require Serena's presence for a matter of far greater importance. Aye, the time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh.
Frown.
Why the long face, friend? Ah, but mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. Could it be the treaty blade? The true one at last! None other, and I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. Ah, but I misspeak. It will not be single combat this time.
Is that my cue, old friend? Ah, Enkidu. She's so pretty. I'll be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent.
Abomination! I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. Ah, but 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildi's mother, and thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Then came a flash from the heavens, and the next thing I knew, there she was! By the gods! It makes perfect sense! Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend, nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu.
Primals, of course, being the summoning of people's memories from the ether and the crystals. Like, we finished with the plot, and now it's just, let's have a punch-up with Greg and his bird friend. Yes, pretty much. You gotta have a final showdown. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic.
Serena, you may have bested me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task. And yet, I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall await you at Amdapor Keep. 'Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for our climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu, to the skies! Two against one? That's not very gentlemanly of you. Greg, come, Serena, to Amdapor!
This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. Yeah, it normally takes like an entire city full of people to summon a primal, by the way. And just thousands and thousands of crystals. Oh, but of course, I'd nearly forgotten we had a warrior of light in our very midst. Please, Serena. You're our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade. Alright, now we have to pop over to Omdipore. Closest crystal is Quarry Mill. So we're probably going to have a couple minutes of downtime while we queue for this duty. Very likely anyone who pops into it will be doing so from the duty roulette, so we'll just have to wait while that counts down. The game seems to be running a bit better now. Whatever lag they were having on their end seems to be fixed. Oh, this is the wrong way. Gotta go around. Now I'm on my regular chocobo. Now I'm gonna need to change clothes for this too. Because if I queue as a summoner, it's gonna take forever. Sometimes like 20-30 minutes. So we are going to queue as a scholar.
Ahem! Is that you, Serena? Please forgive my... I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention.
Gonna change clothes, do me a solid. Yes, I can get a close-up here.
I will be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might I trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from the knave, Serena. Yes, just go on ahead. I'll be along shortly.
Battle in the Big Keep is now accessible. Alright, let's grab this. What was the button? Scroll lock. There we go. There's full body. And if you want just the face, there we go. Let me get out in the light real quick. That should make it a bit better. There's a good close-up. Another angle here. And zoom out. The cursor just adds to it, I think. The pointer hand really makes it. I'm glad we think alike. And that should be good. So let's switch over to my scholar. And we will queue, right after I summon my fairy, we will queue for the battle in the Big Keep. Everyone excited for this great final battle? Alright, trials. Akafa, War Leader. Battle in the Big Keep. There it is. And this will probably take us at least a few minutes. How's everyone doing now that we're up to this final battle? Of Season 1, of course. There's still Season 2, which has been added fairly recently. Hildibrand and the Warrior of Light is Dharma and Greg. I thought Gilgamesh was Greg. Having a great time, I'm glad. I'd invite you along, but I don't think you've gotten this far in Hildibrand yet. There, now I've got a cool fire thing around me. Got my Moogle book. Still no one joined. If after about 15 minutes no one joins us, well, then I might have to put it off till next time. I don't want to, though. I want to finish up Season 1 right now. This is actually a longer queue than I was expecting. Gotten as far as the wind-up. Which wind-up? That's true, I do have a book to read. Why is she not going into her pose for it? Let's see, special. There we go. There, now she's reading the book. She's supposed to be set to that by default. The Hildi wind-up and the most gentlemanly emote you just got. Oh, I don't have that until after this. I think. Yeah, that's the prize for this quest. So you actually could queue with me if you think it'd speed it up any. Hopefully people start pounding on that leveling roulette or whatever. Or trial roulette, rather. Give me 2 minutes tanking for dink-ass father. Okay. It's a very slow queue. For most stuff as a healer, queuing will get you in almost instantly. But this is not a common duty, so I have to wait specifically for people doing roulettes. And specifically people who have done Hildibrand, who are currently doing roulettes. Or other people who happen to be at the exact point in the quest, which is less likely. So we're just going to tour around the area. It's a very pretty game. And it runs surprisingly well for how nice it looks. What's going on up here? Masher for a day. There's not a whole lot exciting to do, or exciting for the stream for me to do. So I'm mostly just gonna wander around and show off some sights. Gridania is my favorite of the nations. It's very green. Yes, Green Dania. That is exactly correct. Hey, there we go. Alright, let's start. Battle in the Big Keep.
Let's rock.
So good. Now my job in this one, if I remember, is mostly just to heal.
At long last we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu.
I missed it. I thought it was going to be voice acted.
You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable unless you enjoy getting pounded senseless. Ha ha!
It does sound like a Mario 64 star, doesn't it? Here we go. Such good music, too. Now we gotta take out Enkidu first. Oh! Knockback. Why are you running with me? Oh, that's the one we're actually supposed to run towards each other. I was wrong. I had the mechanic wrong. Sorry, people in the fight who can't hear me. You're up, and you're all the way up. Excellent. There's still chickens to worry about, though. I can't do much about them. Oh, shit, now I'm a chicken. Tether's hug. That's a great way to put that. Anyone who gets tethered, hug each other. Well, looks like all the Esuna is on me. The other healer is just not doing it. Oh. I think after I Esuna'd him, I can't even see who is who. As soon as I Esuna'd them, they realized what they were doing wrong. Stretch chain to weaken it. Alright. Okay, so the chain you run away, I had them reversed.
But enough exposition! Now we fight like men, and ladies who dress like men. And men who dress like ladies, that's fine too! For Gilgamesh, it is transmogrifying time!
Here we go. The proper music. The first one's like a MIDI straight out of FF5.
The mightiest warrior ever to grace Eorzea stands before you, by which I mean I, Gilgamesh! Prepare yourself!
All the arms, all the weapons. Oh, whoops. I don't want to say W a whole bunch. Ready? Let's kick a little ass. That's why he actually collects weapons, by the way. He just needs one for every hand. Wow, he's got a lot of... Oop, don't want to land in that. Shit, I messed that one up. That's fine, it doesn't do that much damage. Get hit by both, I think the second one doubles. Even then, it wouldn't be that bad. I could recover from it. Chain doesn't stretch any more than that. There we go. Don't worry, I got you. Don't heal yourself. Concentrate on the tank if you're the one injured. Oh, I should have done this ahead of time. It's okay, though. It's been a long time since I played this fight. Ooh, shit, someone landed right in that. No worries, I can res them. Can we res them? No, they're fucked. Oh shit. I messed that one up real bad. That's fine though. Alright, we're halfway home. Oh no. Oh, good. I had Galvanize up. It's a good thing I thought ahead. Oh, I'm about to get changed. No? Yep. There we go. Yeah, take it down. Okay, we need... There we go. Okay. Everyone on me. You do not want a healer stuck in that, in case one of his tough attacks goes off. Oh, this is really difficult with my color blindness. Alright, I think I got it right that time because I didn't take any damage. There we go. Get all that DPS on him. Alright. Pull him, no, pull him over here, guys. There we go. Good job. He has chosen me for the chain twice. I've never seen him pick the same target twice in one fight. So that's new. It's completely random, whoever doesn't have highest threat. It never goes on the main tank.
To think that my full complement of arms would avail me not. Ho ho ho. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh, you have my word. The Treaty Blade 2 I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hid it. Anyway, I yield to your unparalleled puissance. Spare me, I beg of you.
How many arms is too many? More than 6, I imagine. Alright, let's cast our lot for... Oh, everyone left and just gave me Enkidu. I'm okay with that. I guess they got bored of me watching the cutscene. Oh well, now we have Enkidu as a minion. The chicken, not the primal or the real Enkidu. Free chicken!
Not. Ha ha ha! I lied again, like a rogue! You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest of swords will suffice. Warrior of Light, you have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment with your weapon. For as sure as day follows night, the hour will come when I claim it as mine own, till we meet again!
Now he's after my book.
What ho, Serena? Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together. The battle's already been won. That is triumphant news indeed! Clearly, the lessons you've learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood? Worry not, my ever-loyal associate, for no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildibrand, agent of enquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way was the forest again?
Serena, what news of the Primal and the Treaty Blade? Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildibrand enjoys the same success in finding the blade.
Such design, such craftsmanship. At once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I found the inspiration for my next masterpiece.
Of course they're beautiful. They were the greatest treasures of lost Sildi. To think they were locked away in the vaults of those destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud. And just how did you come to know these long-lost relics? There was an ancient scroll passed down in our family, left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might still have had the last laugh. Aren't his masterpieces just really good suplexes? No, he makes jewelry and things like that. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power. Or so the legend goes. I wouldn't have given to see it. The ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known. And just what sort of incantation is this? The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers the verdict true. Azema's virtue shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the Warrior of Light would hold forth the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but they all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens. Hi!
Over here, friend! Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one this time, I swear unto you.
Yes, yes, just like that. I swear unto you, then.
My word! Whatever is this odd tingling sensation?
Ridiculous! Hildibrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some idiot who thought he could stop the Lesser Moon with his own bare hands. It would seem the Treaty Blade is just as confused as the rest of us. No, the light! Someone stop it! It won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon! He is truly the Gentleman of Light.
Skyward ho!
Well, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed. And so the light of justice that shone from the Treaty Blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say, I never expected it to be quite literally a beam of light. Suppose it wouldn't have been much use to us after all. Inspector! Oh, Inspector, wait for me!
Dolls, balls, Hildy. First you almost die at your poor mother's feet, and now you fly off to God knows where without even giving her a kiss goodbye.
Ho ho ho! It appears that a case of wanderlust has once again struck Hildibrand, as it has many a Manderville man before him. Godspeed, my boy. When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art.
So in the end, the sealed-in incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior of light, but a gentleman of light. Well, the Treaty Blade is some 6 centuries old. Perhaps it's not quite as sharp as it used to be. Magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Belladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I'd seen it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true. Huh. He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dream come true. A gentleman to the end, the bloody bastard. Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry.
What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye? A curious scent? Wafting in on the winds from far-flung lands? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged ones succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there, till we meet again!
Complete.
Hildibrand will return.
He's okay, ladies and gents. Achievement unlocked. I'll be there for you. So, that is the end of Season 1 of Hildibrand Manderville, Agent of Inquiry. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Next week, I'll be back to our regularly scheduled LEGO Dimensions. It's going to be great. It's the Ghostbusters Story Pack. I know that the general consensus on Ghostbusters 2016 is that it's pretty mediocre. I generally share that opinion. It wasn't terrible, it just wasn't anything amazing. But this LEGO Story Pack, I think, does it very, very well, and I honestly think it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of LEGO jokes, mostly to replace the fart jokes. So it works out very, very well. And in the meantime, we do have a stream every day for the next week. Tomorrow, Katie will be playing episode 3 of Sam and Max, The Devil's Playhouse, They Stole Max's Brain. Saturday morning will be Christy's regular art stream doing YouTube thumbnails. Sunday will be Sue playing the next level of Styx, a game about addiction, corruption, and a goblin that says fuck. Monday will be Christy's art stream, her monthly art stream, which is really, really cool. She draws stuff digitally in Passepartout as a good background, at request of the audience, of course. And then one of the pictures drawn in Passepartout gets chosen, voted for, whatever, for her to draw on a canvas, or for her to paint on a canvas in front of the webcam. And that is a great once-a-month stream. Tuesday, Annie will be continuing with Rhyme, a super, super pretty game that I think everyone's been enjoying pretty greatly. And Wednesday is our community day. Maybe more Jackbox, maybe we'll take a break, because we did Jackbox 5 three weeks in a row. Regardless, we always have fun, and if you're a regular, then I heartily invite you to come join us in playing. And if you're new to the streams, I still heartily recommend you come and watch and hang out. We can't let in just brand new people because, you know, randos can cause some serious problems. And if you stick around for a while, then I'm sure you'll get invited in, so. And then Thursday will, of course, be, as I said, LEGO Dimensions Ghostbusters Story Pack, and it's going to be a blast. So once again, thanks everyone. You can follow us with the follow button. You can subscribe with $5 of your own real-world money, which gets you a cool truck emote and helps us make the stream better. Or free if you have Twitch Prime, which comes for free with Amazon Prime. And there's something else. Right. I would love it if you would also follow our streamer friends, our truck community, as it were. Currently, our active streaming friends are Xenon Fiber, Overclicked, and Riz Plays Games. And they are all great streamers who absolutely deserve more attention than they get. So thanks again, and we will see you next time. I've been Alice, and this has been the conclusion to Hildibrand Season 1. Good night.